the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, prior to the game, Coach commented on their level of confidence in the locker room, and he feels that they are prepared with a very strong game plan at the various matchups. You think
the state capital of Utah dramatically lit up on a beautiful night in Salt Lake City. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup. Jazz looking to please their fans here at home. Both these teams are able to play low on the block with their back to the basket.
And how rare is that in today's game, Kevin?
Old school, you're right.
So we can slow down some possession. So if you can get some easy early opportunities, 10, 12 points that way, you know that when you settle into the half court, you've got the pace, you've got the guy you want with the ball, and you can produce points.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Ilyasova out there with Steven Adams. And it's Roberson in at the small forward position. Now here's Westbrook. George Hill missing his last shot. Shot off the pick. The shot is good off the backboard. Westbrook's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Thunder.
Great recognition there from Russell Westbrook. You take away his path to the basket, he can still just rise up and get you from the mid-range.
And that one's good by Favors.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone, or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torched him there.
Here's Roberson. Derek Favors making his last shot. Westbrook can't get it to go. Oladipo against Hood. Gobert the screen. A shot by Hayward, wide open from outside, off the mark.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. Here's Roberson. 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Wide open look. Roberson can't hit.
Well, he's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
And a wide open look for Hood. No good on the triple.
And they've had some good looks, but can't seem to get it going here. 1 for 5. Tough way to start it.
Roberson gets the bucket.
Really led his teammate there. Never once did he have to break his stride or momentum.
Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Gobert the screen. Stolen by Westbrook. Jumps up, and Ilyasova throws it down.
So the pick by Westbrook on one end, and that sets up the easy transition points.
For Utah, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
So perfect to see Russell Westbrook playing for the Thunder because he himself is a force of nature. A couple of seasons ago, he had 3 knee surgeries in less than 1 year. And everyone was worried he might lose some of that explosiveness. Are you sure that's not a bionic knee he's got in there? Not exactly sure what was happening there inside the heads of the players, but very frustrated they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. He said they have to do a good job of moving their feet defensively. That's the only way they're going to avoid getting dunked on. He said they also want to turn guys who are slashers into jump shooters. We'll see if that works, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Nice shot by Gobert.
He fought for that second possession, then went right back up with it.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Feeds to Roberson. Pass to Adams. Back to Roberson. 6 on the shot clock. There's the feed to Adams. rebound by the Jazz.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Favors attacking. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Favors got his second bucket of the game to go.
Textbook, nice.
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. We've had our chances on offense. We need to start capitalizing on them. Hey, stop improvising out there and make each possession count. Keep it simple. Run the pick and roll. We've had success with that. So there's no point in fixing what isn't broken.
Young guys coming into this league, a little bit of time to develop their niche and their identity. But once they do, boy, watch out.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Here's Payne. Nails the 16-footer. Payne's got his first 2 points of the night.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
It's deflected. Deep two from Singler. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Here's Johnson. Pass to Burks. 1:44 left here in the opening quarter. Johnson kicks to Lyles. Stolen away. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And then Oladipo with the jam.
One of those guys who you say 6'4" but plays bigger, Oladipo with the strength to finish through the contact.
And talking about the improvements made by Favors, he's really added something to his game, Greg, every single year.
Great point. I mean, he plays the pick and roll beautifully now, whether it's rolling to the basket on offense or using his mobility to deter the pick and roll at the other end. I mean, the versatility to man both front court spots is a huge plus when you're playing matchups. If he can just stay healthy, he has the potential to become a perennial all-star.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Well, he doesn't shoot a ton of free throws, but Diaw's percentage has improved over the years.
The Thunder with the lead. And here's Westbrook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And if you're debating the most explosive athlete in the NBA today, Russell Westbrook has got to be in that conversation. Brent, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's got to be right there at the top of that list, and it's his motor that really puts him over the top. I mean, he's all over the place, offensively, defensively, gambling in the backcourt, running out in transition. Just tremendous fire in Russell Westbrook's game.
Oladipo, the pass to Ilyasova. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, he gives you a big enough target if you're a guard or a forward to throw to. Ilyasova up high on that one.
Jazz trail by 6. Dishes it to Burks. Kicks it to Diaw. Now, here's Exum. He's covered by Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. He gets that one. Exum's got his first basket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Now Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
For Utah, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Johnson right side. The shot by Burks. Nobody around. It's good from long range. Burks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Westbrook kicks to Ilyasova. Here's Roberson, who's guarded by Johnson. There's the triple. Westbrook, no good. Exum. The shot that time, not on target. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Thunder out in front, up by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Salt Lake City. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Once they get out there in the open court, the speed and athleticism just takes over. Not much you can do to stop it.
Here's Payne. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Jazz. Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. And it's Exum in at the 1. Just 5 to shoot. And Kanter throws it down.
The sheer strength of Kanter really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
Burks dishes to Exum. Here's Hayward. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Hayward's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Payne with it. Now defended by Exum. From deep, Morrow. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Jazz trail by 3.
And the Thunder, one of the best shooting teams in the league. And if they don't get you with that first shot, they have guys inside prepared for those misses to hurt you the second time around.
Now here is Singler. Following the shot by Alec Burks. The offensive rebound. Back to Singler. Fires from deep. He can't get that one.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Burks the pass to Exum. And Kanter over to help. Burks for 3. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Burks has got 5 points so far. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And you look at the Thunder's work on second effort plays. Brent, a lot of big bodies in their front court who don't mind throwing their weight around.
Well, Russell Westbrook himself is a phenomenal rebounding guard, but I think what happens too is that players on OKC set themselves up in great position to clean up any misses.
A different look for Utah. Rodney Hood comes in for Alec Burks, and it's Hill in for Exum. And team chemistry is so interesting to look at, Brent. You see some teams like the Warriors, players accept lesser roles. Andre Iguodala stands out, a Finals MVP 2 years ago. But on other teams, it's a problem. What creates, in your mind, that difference?
I think you have to understand who you are first and foremost. I know Greg Popovich all the time talks about guys checking their ego at the door and understanding how important it is for you to accept your role. And the quicker you do it, Kevin, the more you can accomplish in the season. Played many years in the NBA where a lot of guys did not understand what the coach was asking them to do until after the All-Star break. And after they accepted the role, the team would have this great run of wins.
Wonderful run.
But too late. If it was 2 months sooner, it would have been teams that would have participated in the postseason.
Coaches, GMs, they love the skill, but they also like the mind that goes with it and the framework with which they're going to play on that team.
It speaks to guys having maturity, Kevin, and that's sometimes hard to come by with how young the league is.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Utah wasn't going to let Gordon Hayward go to Charlotte. They matched that offer sheet a couple of years ago. And now he's growing into his role as the go-to offensive player for the Jazz. But it's his versatility that really makes him special. He said, I have to be active and have to affect all parts of the game in order for us to be a successful team. And indeed, Kevin, he does a little bit of everything.
Sure does. Thank you, D.A. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Westbrook with it. 6 points for him. Kanter kicks to Westbrook. And the 3 off target.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Kanter with a screen on Hill. Lobs it up for Kanter.
A skilled pick-and-roll player, Kanter has great sense of timing and the ability to convert.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Poked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession for the Jazz. Boris Diaz checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Trey Lyles subbed in for Derek Favors. Hill against Westbrook. Ball's knocked loose. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Singler, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
Here's Westbrook, following the score by Rodney Hood. Now here's Westbrook. He has 6. Just 4 to shoot. Hits the three-point bomb. Westbrook's got 9.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
That's tipped. Stolen by Westbrook. All alone. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Man, shot out of a cannon. Westbrook so quick on the dribble drive. Defenders with no way of getting over there fast enough to stop him.
And the Utah Jazz, with all their young talent, a team that's been on the cusp in the Western Conference, I mean, they felt they were ready to make a playoff push, and acquiring some quality veteran leaders with George Hill, Joe Johnson, and Boris Diaw, I think is just what the doctor ordered.
Collison with a screen on Hood. That shot off, and it's Utah the other way. Ingles in the corner. It's back to Hill. To the paint. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Lyles. And for the Jazz, Greg, do you like their moves this summer, adding all those veterans?
George Hill, I think, fits a need at the point guard, but can also play alongside Dante Exum. Boris Diaw, a skilled big man who fits well with Gobert and Derek Favors. And then Joe Johnson, a proven shooter and scorer in big-time possessions. So I think overall they did well.
Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
Westbrook against Hill. Outside Hood. The putback. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Thunder lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 4 steals. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first half he played. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
We welcome you back down to Salt Lake City with a breathtaking view of the layout of this beautiful town. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
Well, none of the defenders can stay with him in one-on-one situations. Even the team defense breaks down if he's in attack mode.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Adams is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Roberson in at the 3. Jazz trail by 5. Hood for 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 6 assists here tonight.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position. And no connections yet so far, guys. 0 for 3 from the field.
And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Now the dish to Hood. Down low for the tie. Hayward, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brett. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Poked away. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
Jazz trail by 4. Outside Favors. One-on-one fast break. Gobert with the block. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. 3-pointer, Hayward, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Burks, he's checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for Hill, and a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Payne's checked in. Exum dishes to Gobert. Works for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Oladipo goes in.
Well, you combine quickness and explosiveness for Victor Oladipo on display right there. Tough to contain.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And looking at the Jazz roster, they're a well-balanced group. You see scorers, Greg, playmakers, rebounders, shot blockers, plenty of quality depth.
And they've done a great job of drafting. Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Utah has turned a corner, establishing its identity under Quinn Snyder as a youthful, defensive-minded team. Coach Snyder said, our players have gotten better. Our team has gotten better. There was a connectivity and a defensive mindset that was bubbling beneath the surface. The habits were there. The intensity was there. Things have just clicked. Kevin?
All right, D.A., they're on the rise. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Roberson the pass to Oladipo. Back to Roberson. And stolen by Hayward. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Johnson, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Here's Exum. Jazz passing it around. Hayward. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Boris Diaz checked in for Utah. The Jazz shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. That free throw good from Hayward.
And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
Here's Roberson. Back to Payne. Shoots a three. Good on the three-point shot. Payne's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder. Utah's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Exum kicks to Johnson. Back to Exum. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. And Utah making a change here. Lyles checked in. Cantor checked in for Oklahoma City. Kyle Singler comes in for Roberson. And stolen by Payne. Cantor dishes to Payne. Misses the three. And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
Now here's Payne, following the shot by Alec Burks. Oladipo against Burks. Just 4 to shoot. Oladipo misses. Jazz trail by 6. The pass to Lyles. This one for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Singler kicks to Oladipo. Fires it up. Nice shot by Singler. And the Thunder lead by 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Exum passes to Lyles. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Adams. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Exum kicks to Lyles, and the foul called on Cameron Payne. That is his first foul of the game. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Payne. .52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game, and stolen by Singler. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Singler dishes to Oladipo. The kick out to Westbrook. No good from outside.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make him pay for it.
Oladipo, the pass to Adams. From deep three-point range, Cantor kicks to Westbrook. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 7 points for the quarter.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Here's Hood. 8 points for him. They set the pick. He dishes it to Hill. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Thunder out in front as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-3 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
everybody keep shooting the ball. All right? Jumpers will go. All right? They come in flurries. You miss a couple, you make a couple, all of a sudden, bam, bam.
On to keep it fast and loose, Quinn Snyder asking his guys to stay aggressive on offense.
And you have to take the shots that the system is designed to create. If you don't, everybody gets bogged. Down, and that creates much bigger problems.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Brent, when you played, you were known for your passing a point forward much of the time. It seems that ball movement has really become paramount for the best offenses in the NBA. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree, and I love the fact that you would classify me as a forward.
You could play
Forward,
any position.
Guard, wing,
you could play
wing.
four positions.
It's a positionless game nowadays,
and
Kevin.
you were
I don't know if you read articles.
And you were positionless in so many ways.
Sometimes the coach positioned me on the bench.
Unjustly. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Favors, and it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. That's the group right now for Utah. For the Jazz, Rudy Gobert comes in for Joe Johnson. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Joe Ingles. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Payne's checked in. Now here is Hill. Favors with a screen on Westbrook. Deep 2 from Hill. Buries the jump shot.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Passes to Roberson. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Westbrook. Westbrook double team. 6 on the shot clock. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
Utah with the ball. Down by 15. Utah calls timeout.
Guard it.
Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
So there's a guy on offense knocking down shots that forces an entire team to get together and talk about what he's doing to them. That's some impressive play right there.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Now, here's Westbrook. George Hill missing his last shot. Westbrook dishes to Ilyasova. Feeds to Robertson. He kicks it to Westbrook. Off target with his 3.
I think the D is just fine with those kind of shot attempts coming from him there because he's not hitting anything right now.
And it's Favors that time on the assist by Hayward. That's now 8 points for Derek Favors.
Put that pass right on target. Way to get your teammates involved.
Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Westbrook has become a much more conscientious player, but still, he can get his points in huge bundles.
Jazz trail by 15. And here is Hill. Hayward kicks to Favors. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ilyasova's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Westbrook passes to Kanter. Took him no time at all on that one.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Hill kicks to Favors. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Dante Exum, he's checked in for George Hill. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Oladipo, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. Now here's Hood. It's stolen by Oladipo. 17-foot shot on the way. Count that bucket.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
That's tipped, and here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. And finished off by Westbrook.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. Oladipo for three. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here. Well, he's been his usual reliable self, but they won't get over the hump unless they get some other contributors.
Outside Westbrook, and Cantor wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Trey Lyles checked in for Rudy Gobert. Johnson comes in for Derek Favors. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Burks in for Rodney Hood. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. And the Jazz with possession here. The 11-footer. And Oladipo pulls it down. 1:46 left in the game. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Johnson kicks to Burks. Pass to Exum.
Surveying the Thunder roster here, and a lot of the players on it were their own draft picks. They've done a great job of identifying some talent late in rounds in the draft. Found a good amount of rotation players even when they were going deep into the playoffs.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Ilyasova. Morrow comes in for Andre Robertson. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Thunder.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Westbrook.
He was able to manufacture offense tonight, even when they had plays that broke down or he had multiple defenders on him. It just didn't matter. He was going to get his points any way he needed to.
George Hill's checked in for Exum. And for the Thunder and their draft success, Brent, it's so important as they aren't usually big players in free agency.
Well, that's a tip of the cap you have to give to their general manager to continue to seek out players that are going to complement the team. Just invaluable.
Buries it from three-point range.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
It's one of those things the team hits from downtown. The other side immediately wants to get back those points.
Now here's Adams. Here's Payne. Not really his range, and it's off target. Utah with the ball. Johnson, that's for two, and he makes good on his first shot of the game.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Definitely too late. The time to rally was when the game was in the balance. Now you're just creating highlight reels.
Oladipo against Burks. In the corner, Collison with it. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. He had a nice open look right there.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Yeah, their aggressiveness, their execution really silenced a raucous crowd. Love the attitude they came in with here.
Stolen by Collison. Now Oladipo. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into Oladipo and his game. He's a culture setter, one of those players who lives in the gym. This is great for OKC.
And the first one at the line is good. Oladipo hits them both. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook. He had an extraordinary second half. Really put the team on his back and carried him across the finish line.
Well, he just couldn't be stopped out there. Easily the best player on the court tonight. It wasn't just talent. He was the aggressor.
Well, Ernie, reminds me of myself. He loves being the bad guy, and he was a great villain tonight. Just sticking it to those fans. Anytime they got on his case, he stepped up and hit a big shot after big shot. Fantastic performance in a very tough environment.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.